you want to say?
I was just going to say, in terms of changing our vision, we long held the dream of building a nursing home in our community. As Williamsburg does not have one. There's one small facility that serves the Hasidic community, and people feel that's somewhat culturally isolated. And for years, residents of our community go to Queens or out to Canarsie or other parts of Brooklyn for nursing home care. But sometimes things change. One of the things that changed, the state does not want to see any new nursing home development. They feel that the cost is too great. So we've been struggling. We had a site, city-owned property, part of the old Greenpoint Hospital complex, which we've been attempting to develop. We still technically have a license to build a nursing home, which the state has not taken away, but we can't get a letter to proceed with development. And so the city RFP'd this land, and we've proposed to build 260 units of affordable housing. It's a pretty big project, including 90 units of housing for senior citizens. And then we found a new partner in Catholic Healthcare Systems. They're a Bronx and Manhattan-based group who would open a nursing home without walls, an adult day center that would provide what we think would be comparable quality of services, probably not the most acute kinds of care you'd find in some nursing homes. But this has been our way to adapt this idea or meet this need by finding a new, more cost-effective way to do that. It's a very exciting proposal. It's currently under review at HPD, and we're hopeful that the city wasn't one of their criteria for development, but it's been one way of adapting to meet a lot of our expectations of years ago were not realizable because a lot of things have changed, but that was one way we adapted.
Well, I could ask a lot more questions, but I think we have about 10 or 15 minutes left, and I think I'd like to invite all of you to actually ask questions of our panelists. As you can see, they have a ton of practical experience in growing their organizations, whether they were there from the beginning or joined later on. It's all about strategic planning going forward. Nothing can be done without constantly thinking about that. Does anyone here in the audience have a question they'd like to ask any of our panelists? Can you come up to the microphone, sir, so we can all hear you? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Luis Rivera. It's good to have a consortium and have an organization doing these community projects. Now, is there a way for, let's say, the members or people in the community to do individual projects, to have access to some of that money, to own, let's say, their own, let's say, store, and also have a business? That's the question. Is there a way, because the prices for properties are enormous, and then the cost to start the business is really high. So, like for myself, I was looking at a project in Brownsville, and I had to come up with $100,000. I don't have $100,000, and to get $100,000 would be difficult for someone, well, it's for anybody. Now, is there access to the money that your organizations have, where someone can come there and say, hey,
this I think also falls under the heading of mission change. It was our initial goal to create home ownership opportunities for residents, and so we've built over 500 units of home ownership, either in co-ops as well as through the New York City partnership. However, the land values have really confronted us with an enormous challenge, and we recently marketed a project done with another local church, their development on their land, and we were asked to try to advise on how to market affordable units. So initially the whole project was going to be affordable, but at the end the developer said he could not afford to do it, and only half the units were affordable. And we had to figure out a way to sell those units that were affordable for people up to 150% of median income, but keep those units affordable, because otherwise what would happen is the church would contribute the land in this case and then sell the property or the units at a very low price, and people then could flip them and sell them at a very high price, and the first buyer would capture all that benefit. So it's a challenge we face, is how do we keep things affordable, allow people to build up equity, and also make sure that for the next generation they still have these affordable units, that they're not all at market rate. Another way we've tried to approach that is through entrepreneurship. This is something we actually share as an area of focus with BEDC. is helping people form businesses and start their own enterprises. And we've done that over many years, and now we just completed another year of that. We've had a tremendous enthusiasm for entrepreneurship within our community, and we've had some great new businesses open up as a result of that. So those are two ways that we see as a part of our mission, kind of a wealth building focus. We also do that in our workforce development. So everyone that graduates out of workforce development not only gets a job, but we stick with people for 2 years, and we try to build the wealth of the family, not just the individual, help them open bank accounts, make sure they get transitional benefits, make sure they're able to hold on to the job and they get a high wage job. And these are some of the ways that we're trying to build economic opportunity for folks.